DNS. Initially, I will give a small explanation about DNS. Then we'll see about a few more points in the DNS. So what is a DNS? Domain name system. Of course, DNS is a protocol. So it has a port number also. DHCP is also a protocol. It has a port number 67, 68, but DNS port number is 53. Okay. So, and DNS server is also there. DNS server. So what is this server do? In DNS server, it maps name to IP address. What is in the DNS server? In DNS server, it maps names, FQDNs, to that IP address. It means there is a server, for example, www.google.com. This is a server. A server domain and URL. Small difference is there. Okay. So, for example, this one you can also take it. This is URL. See, it is https:// and there's some name and something it is there, right? So this is completely URL. And the domain name is google.com. The domain name is google.com. In this particular domain, DOCS is a server. So I want to get this information. So then I have to go to DOCS server in the google.com domain. Okay. For example, I want to open this Google Drive. It is drive.google.com. Drive.google.com. So it is google.com is common. Google.com is common, but Drive is different. This is DOCS, this is Drive. For example, you open a meet.google.com. If you open Gmail, mail.google.com means under single one domain, you are getting so many things. Okay. Devesh. Just for our understanding, guys, I'm giving this example. I have a different servers maintained like this. Okay. This server name is DOCS. Very small name. www. Meet. For Google Mail as Gmail, it is mail.google.com. Okay. Drive, Google Drive it is. All are in a same domain called the Google.com. So obviously name will comes like this. Server name. Okay. Server name means DOCS.google.com. This is called a FQDN. Fully qualified domain. Meaning is a specific server name. Of course, there is some alias kind of stuff is also. You are typing www.google.com. So if you don't get it also, no problem, guys. Just carefully listen. So one by one point will add up. And what is URL? Universal resource location. So https:// mail.google.com/something.something slash like that. URL will be there. URL means where is, URL is telling where is your resource in which server. And what is the server name? It is like this. It is not direct, maybe not be server, so I don't want to confuse. So what happened? There is a DNS server maintained by google.com. There is a DNS server. Actually, it's a google.com DNS server, name server, google.com. What it is content, guys? This is having an IP address. Every server having a IP address. Every system, every device must have an IP address to communicate in the network. Okay, I'm not typing any specific IP address, just telling they are also having an IP address. So it will tell like a DOCS under google.com with this IP address. www.google.com with this IP address. meet.google.com with this particular IP address. mail.google.com having this particular IP address. Drive. Can you see? This is a DNS server having a IP address information of each and every server. For example, there is a request is coming. I want an IP address of docs.google.com IP address. So I open docs.google.com IP address. Okay. So where we can find an IP address of docs.google.com from here. These are all we call it as a records. Records. What is DNS server contains? Records. Records means name and an IP address. Okay, in general, this is just very pretty straightforward one. Not a 2-3 lines, but single line wise. DNS server has the records. The records means what is the record? Name and an IP address. Whose name it is? The particular device or a server or a PC's name and that device's IP address. Okay. Yes, understand the name and IP address concept.
Yes.
I will tell another story. So actually there is a big story is there, but I'm not going for a big story at now. Okay. So you are in your own PC. You are open your browser. You put a www.nettacker.com. Will open nettacker.com. Okay. I open www.nettacker.com. Okay. I try to communicate. So I put a URL like this. www.nettacker.com. In my system, don't know IP address of a www.nettacker.com. It is a server like docs.google.com, www.google.com, www.facebook.com, www.javatpoint.com, like that. So it is also a address. It is also a address for a particular server. It contains a web page information, right? So I want to open that. So I type www.nettacker.com. What will happen? the request has to go to www.netacad.com. Thing is, you cannot communicate with the names. We should communicate with an IP address. Get it? You should communicate with the IP address. Do you know IP address of www.netacad.com? We don't know that IP address, right? So what will happen? Your system send a request to your local DNS server. Your local DNS server. Who is your local DNS server? What happened afterwards? We'll see. Who is your local DNS server first? ncpa.cpl. ncpa.cpl take you to network connections. This is my adapter, right? Details. DNS server. Who is my DNS server, guys? This IP address. So where is this particular person means what you will tell is address, right? And where is my DNS server or who is my DNS server will tell that address. Okay. In my PC, it is already from the DHCP server, of course. It is configured where is my DNS server or who is my DNS server. Of course, two numbers are there. So no one. Okay. So I send a request to my DNS server because in this adapter, it is already told where is my DNS server. So I send a request and ask IP address of www.netacad.com IP address. I want a IP address of www.netacad.com. What this DNS server will do it? DNS server returns to you an IP address of this www.netacad.com. How it is doing, how it is getting, that is secondary part. Important is you send a request to the DNS server. I want www.netacad.com IP address. Then your DNS server give you IP address of www.netacad.com. Now you have an IP address. So then you can send directly a request like I want to open a web page. I require a web page of yours. I want to log in. I want to study something. So I send a request to this netacad.com server with an IP address. Okay. So he can learn so many things from here also. Different courses you can learn. Free learning is also possible. Get connected, introduction to cybersecurity, IoT, JavaScript essential, Linux unhatched. Okay. Programming essentials, C++, cybersecurity essentials, Linux essentials, networking essentials. This is you can take it better. Python programming, Linux. This is paid versions. Okay. Simple login. Okay. Think no response. Guys, understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes.
So there is a mobile phone contact list. Example is also there to understand this DNS. Yes, I want to call to someone. So for example, I want to call to Anant. So if in case I have a phone number, so then I will dial a phone number, then I will call. So usually I regularly we call directly to my father, my mother, and my sister. Okay, like usually we do calling every day, friends. But how many numbers you can able to remember? So you have to dial, right? You have to take a phone, type the phone numbers, then you can call. So either you should write on somewhere, either you have to remember kind of stuff, right? But how many numbers you can remember? I hardly remember only four numbers max. Myself phone number. I have two phone numbers. I cannot remember other numbers. My phone number regularly I'm using. I can remember. Tomorrow, sorry, somewhere in divide. I can remember one of my sister having two phone numbers. One number I can remember, other number I don't remember. Same way, my father, mother, my mother phone number I didn't remember. My father number, one number I can remember. So people are having two numbers, three numbers to nowadays, right? So one or two numbers we can remember, but not all phone numbers, friends' phone numbers, and all we cannot remember. Then what you will do? What we will do? If we, you have to call. You have to call with the phone number only. So you cannot remember all phone numbers. You don't know all people. You cannot remember all phone numbers. Then what you will do? Tell something. No volume. It is on the screen only.
We have to save that particular number by a particular name.
Very good. Very good. That's a good. That is an answer. Okay. So we'll create a contact list. So name, for example, Anand, and this is a phone number. Arya, this is a phone number. Okay. Tanvir Alam, so this is the phone number. Like name and phone number. Pradyuman name and the phone number. Okay. So we'll create a contact list in the phone. So now I want to call to someone. So what I will do? Go to the contact list, search for the name, and press the dial button. Call goes to that particular person with a phone number only. The calling is always with a phone number, but names for our understanding, for easy to recognize. We have all phone numbers, but you don't know which number is belongs to which one. Okay, or you don't remember all phone numbers. What you will do? Will save with a name and IP address. Okay, so this is also similar. DNS servers, what you will do? It has a name and an IP address in the record. So whenever you request to the DNS server, I want an IP address of particular host or a particular server at particular device with this name. So then it will give you an IP address. It will give you an IP address. So what you will get, what you will do, take an IP address, contact that particular host or a device with an IP address. Okay. That is the point here. All communications with the IP address only. Some people will get a doubt, guys. These people also, some people ask me a question. That is also a very good question. It is not. Sir, here are you saying DHCP server is giving you an IP address and DNS server also giving IP address. Then what is the difference? What is the difference? Guys, think like this. You have a mobile phone. You need a phone number. You should have a first phone number, right? You should have a first phone. Okay, so what you will do? You'll go to the Geo store or a Airtel store, buy a SIM card. So then you got a phone number. So that is your phone number, right? Now you want to call to someone. Then what you do? Open the contact list, open the name. So dial. So call goes with that number. So in DNS server giving us a number, IP address that is not belongs to us. That is belongs to some other device or some other server or some other host. DNS server giving an IP address to us, that is our IP address, that is assigned to us, our roll number. Okay, understand difference, guys? DNS and DHCP both are giving IP address. DHCP give you an IP address or configure IP address to your device, that is your device IP address. DNS server is giving you an IP address, that is you want an IP address of some other host or some other server. So that server's IP address you are getting. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Can you search a particular website by using IP address? It is possible or not, sir?
Yeah, you can open a website with that IP address also. Not only a name, so we are open with the names. Also, you can do with the IP address. Generally, earlier days, it is very clearly it will show us when you open a name, bottom side it will show the IP address. First, it will get the IP address and do it. Now the program code is changed. It is not showing anyone's IP address directly on the browser. Okay. But sometimes it may not work because it's a multiple server entity is there. Because this is a one IP address I'm getting, but not only one server. There is a multiple servers are available in in the worldwide. So sometimes it is not working. But in generally single server mode with IP address also you can open a web page if it is a web server or like with IP address directly we can contact. Originally we are contacting with IP address only, but outside it is look like this. For example, guys, I want to do ping to the google.com. Ping test. What is the use of ping test, guys? Whether can I communicate with that remote host or remote server or remote device or not? How? From your system, request go to the remote. From so one remote means the destination received your packet, your request. It reply with the same. So you received a reply from the destination host. Your ping is successful. You got a reply from your host IP address and destination host not reachable means failure. Request timed out means failure. So why we are getting failures? Either your IP address is wrong or a remote host is not available means the destination is not available, not connected, wrong IP address, or firewall is blocking your request at a destination address. Okay. Yes, look at. I'm trying to ping to google.com. I don't know IP address of google.com. I don't know IP address of a www.google.com. So what happened? First of all, the request go to DNS server. Ask a DNS server what is an IP address of www.google.com. Okay, so it returns. It returns returns to our device. This is an IP address of www.google.com. So we got an IP address first. Then we send a request with an IP address like this. You have to try like this ping 192.193.100. Okay. I'm getting same reply. Fantastic. Okay. So first I got an IP address of this one. Of course, in the PPT, top level domains and stuff and some other FQDNs, fully qualified domain names, NetBIOS names, all these things. Just I'm giving a names, guys. Maybe for your future purpose, you can try it. But not only like that, there is a few points we have to highlight in it. Okay. What is the NetBIOS? Your name to IP address or IPv4 address. LLMNR means your computer name or your device name to IPv6 binding. Only name part, computer name, domain name, only like that, only the particular part. For example, my computer name is host2. That is my computer name, means it is binded to my IPv4, that NetBIOS naming kind of stuff. LLMNR, which is with IPv6. Okay. So when you open like this, you can go to click on network. Okay, it's not visible because network discovery and file sharing are a turn off. Because of this one, I cannot be able to see other devices here. I can turn on, no problem. See this? Other devices also visible with their names. Okay, which is there in my network automatically because of network discovery protocol. Okay, okay, it's able to open, so good thing. You should not do it. Okay, so sharing folder access. Point is, the name wise it is showing, but actually I have to communicate to this particular server with an IP address. But name wise I am getting because of NetBIOS. So instead of IP address it is showing the computer name directly. And instead of IPv6 it is showing name. So earlier we have NetBIOS, still we have a NetBIOS because IPv4. Now we are using LLMNR if in case if it is IPv6. Okay, this is something, but instead of DNS, you can use Win server. In olden days, we use a Win server instead of DNS. Now we are using DNS because of DNS support all type of operating system, IPv4, IPv6, FQDN concept. What is FQDN? Fully qualified domain name. Guys, my domain name is contesto.com. My server name is server1. My FQDN one is server1.contesto.com. So it is host name, means NetBIOS name. Contesto, NetBIOS name. But server1.contesto.com is FQDN. It's a combination of host name and domain name, plus of course subdomain names also included here. What is FQDN? Fully qualified domain name. This much I don't, we can tell, but this is actually very good picture, guys. But no one is responding properly. I understand at least basic DNS or not, I don't know.
Sir, understand.
What? Basic, sir.
Tell me. Guys, originally this local DNS server does not contain any information. does not contain any information because we are using our Wi-Fi router. Okay, we are using our Wi-Fi router. In this Wi-Fi router, we are getting internet. We are connecting, make it as a modem to connect internet. We are accessing wirelessly as a wireless access point, of course. And it is act like a default gateway. It is act like a DHCP server. It is act like a DNS server also. Okay, so we are making this local DNS server as a Wi-Fi router. So how much data it can able to store? Today I open google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com, but in the world there is so many so many servers are there, so many hosts are there, so many domains are there, right? In a regularly, like how many we are using google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. Okay, in that one also so many other servers, right? In only Google we are opening 3-4 things. Okay, next Instagram, WhatsApp, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, so many are there. Microsoft, Learn.Microsoft, Skills for All, NetAcad, Oracle.com. So at one, it's millions of these servers are there, domains are there, servers are there under that one. So how many we can able to put in this local DNS server? We can't put it, right? So how it is function, I will try to explain, guys. Try to understand very easy way. Okay. The story is not changing. Story is same, but little extension. So I open www.netacad.com or maybe meet.google.com or learn.microsoft.com. For example, my favorite is the learn.microsoft.com. Okay, I open learn.microsoft.com in the web browser. So I don't know the IP address of learn.microsoft.com. So what I will do, I ask my local DNS server. I'll ask my local DNS server. I want IP address of learn.microsoft.com. Again, of course, in this PC, we have a network adapter settings, right? So in that one DNS address, it will send a request to the local DNS server based on that IP address and asking, I want an IP address of learn.microsoft.com. As earlier I said, so local DNS server returns IP address of learn.microsoft.com. But how it will be give us IP address of learn.microsoft.com. What it will do, it send request to the forwarder. This is forwarder. In generally in our internet, we are having up to local DNS, means your Wi-Fi router it can be your Wi-Fi router. But in Wi-Fi router has a configuration, if any request comes, forward to the forwarder. So this local DNS server forward a query. What is an IP address of learn.microsoft.com? Who is maintaining this forwarder? ISP. Internet service provider maintaining these forwarders. Even this forward don't know what is an IP address of learn.microsoft.com. Generally, guys, ISP providers maintains not only a forwarder, they maintain a cache DNS server. Why cache DNS server? I will tell. Okay. So the forwarder contains information of root hymns. Okay, just like a story, guys. Listen, just like I'm telling a story. That's it. Okay, not don't trust more, but compulsory listen. Just listen like a story. This part, not first DNS part. Okay. So what is this root? In this world, we have a 13 root DNS servers are there. Okay. Their names also like this: A root DNS server, B root DNS server, C root DNS server, like this. Totally 13 root DNS servers are there. These root DNS servers IP address located in forwarder. The forwarder contains IP address of these root DNS servers IP addresses. And what is this root DNS server contains? It contains IP addresses of top level domains. .com, .org, .in, .net. Okay, like this, you can get a top level domains. Okay, so if you want to register a domain, what you will do? GoDaddy, right? Big rocks. So many domain registration sites are there. So what you will do? You'll go to some site, third party things. You want to register a domain. So first of all, I want to register my tech node. So it is searching any available is there. It is already taken premium part. So that is, this must cost for a mytechnode.com. If I take mytechnode.in, general alternative, that is 49 rupees only for first year with a 3 years registration. .co.in is 39 rupees for first year. Inc. cost is high. Tech, cloud, store. See, these are all top level domains. These are all top level domains. So see byte note.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, like how you create custom like domains, that last part like com in or policy. Like
This one.
can you can you have your own custom that what do you call that thing, sir?
Yeah,
Like,
these
com.
things, top level domains, it is a servers also. It is having like a dot live one server, dot place, dot fyy, dot in, dot store, dot cloud, dot tech, dot inc, dot co, dot in, dot co, xyz, online. These are also a top level domains. What is meant by a .com or a .org means it is itself a server. It's a .com server. Okay. So can we create a .latif? We cannot. Okay. To do that one, so you have to go
We
to
need
ICANN,
servers like
ICANN, which is maintaining domain registration authorities. Okay. For example, I want to create like, google.com is there, no? For example, google.com. Google.com. So information located in this .com server, google.com's server's IP address located in a .com server. For example, I have a site. The site name is, for example, some Latif.net. Okay, where it will be located, that Latif.net information in .net servers, top level domain .net network. For example, I start an organization like I started like a .org server is there. I register a domain name under org. So, for example, network org. Okay, network nodes, networking.org. I have a server, means I have a domain. I want to create network org. It will go under this one only. See, this is top level domain servers, which contains information about the secondary level domain information. So this is a top level domain. This is secondary level domain. Okay, shop is a top level domain server. If I create this domain name, if I purchase this domain name, this will be registered under shop. Okay.
So like apart from the name, are there any difference like in org.com also? Apart from the name.
Initially, only few are there. Means indication is there. Com means commercial. Org means organization, network, um, e-commerce websites like that. Now, so many are there. Even that is also meaning is some based on certain meaning there are try to do it. Okay, beach. See, com means commercial. Generally, in it does not represent India, but no, people are putting dot ins now. Sorry, GOV, government, GOV, like that it will be there. Okay. So people are doing now AA kind of stuff. So that's these things also came up. Live, store, online, somewhere it is there online. These are also information. Okay, this indicates people can easily understand what kind of website it is. Okay, normal, I have some community website. I can put a .com also. Even that is a commercial website, but I can put a .com also. It depends upon me, but still it is indicating something. Okay. Yeah. So what is this top level domain contains? Subdomains information. Secondary level domains information. So guys, first of all, from the forwarder, the request go to the nearest root domains.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
So can you please repeat once forward? Means it contains what was that root?
Yeah.
I'm
So
getting
I will
confused.
say, okay. So I request go up to forwarder. Forward contains information about root domain servers information. In the world, there is a 13 root domain servers. What is the content of these root domain servers? About a top level domains, their IP addresses are there. Means .com server IP, .net server IP, .org server IP, .in, .net, .shop, .live, .xyz. These servers IP address in this root domain. Okay, so forwarder is try to reach the nearest root DNS server. Try to find where is .com. Asking where is .com server. So this is a .com server IP address. It is returns. This is the IP address of .com server. I am asking where is the .com server IP address. I want a .com server IP address. I got a IP address. Now this forwarder will go to this .com asking a question. I want Microsoft.com IP address. So this is having a Microsoft .com IP address. So it returns. This is the IP address of Microsoft.com. So I got a Microsoft.com DNS server IP address. It is also having, because it has a multiple domain kind of stuff. So I reach Microsoft.com as learn.microsoft.com IP address, because I want what I want, this IP address on. Now Microsoft.com has a records about learn.microsoft.com. It is telling this is the IP address of learn.microsoft.com. Now forwarder knows what is an IP address of learn.microsoft.com. It is given to our local DNS server to our PC. So I said no, story is not changing. I ask a local DNS server, local DNS server is giving me an IP address of the particular host or a domain or a server kind of stuff. Okay, but how it is getting, so that is a big story. Okay, so there is a forwarder and a root DNS servers, and a root DNS server top level domain. Under top level domains you can find a secondary level domains, and the secondary level domains you reach, so you will find the host or a subdomains information. Learn.microsoft.com is a host or a server. That IP address we find it. Now we forward and learn that one. So once forward it is got, it will give it to local DNS server to ours. What is this cache DNS server, guys? Cache DNS server. This frequent DNS servers means the query it is happened. Also it is note down. Learn.microsoft.com IP address here. Why it is noting down? Just in case, if other person, someone is asking, so I want an IP address of learn.microsoft.com, it is easily it can able to give it. So no need to search, full hierarchy always. Okay. So all these things, guys. Yeah, tell me.
So cache memory means it contains the copy of the IP address whenever we search again.
Yeah, right. So when you are searching something, like I search, I don't know IP address of in.go.com. So search is happen, system learn IP address. Okay, so next time I open this site, so I no need to search again. Why? Because of
Hmm.
it is already in the cache.
Okay, sir.
Writing anything here, guys? So because it's pictures and all, we get confused. So many are there about DNS, but this is enough for DNS. Once again, what is the DNS? Domain name system. Okay, so what is DNS server does? DNS server having a map of name to IP addresses in the sense of this one. So when I said this kind of stuff, that is a name and IP address part. Okay, and what is the DNS server do? When you want to communicate to a host or a device or a remote system, so with the name, okay, with the FQDN, so you don't know IP address, so then you want an IP address. So go to the DNS, the request sent to the automatically, like for example, you open a site www.facebook.com, but we don't know IP address of facebook.com. So then request go to DNS server and the DNS ask IP address of www.facebook.com. It returns an IP address of facebook.com, www. So you can communicate to www.facebook.com with an IP address. So you don't know remote device IP address, but you know only name, then automatically request go to the DNS server. DNS server returns an IP address of that remote machine or a remote server kind of stuff. Okay. So up to here, guys, it is important up to here. This is also good, but still, I don't know your range. But a lot of things, it is just for a thing I told. So yeah, take a break, guys. This for topic completed. Next topic, we'll start with the Outlook topic.
Sir, add that image, sir.
I didn't get it.
Sir, you draw that image in the, you showed in that image in the document, sir. Add that image in this Google form.
This is a docs.microsoft.com. Okay, example I have taken. This is clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I got it.
So next thing we'll see about Outlook, guys. Take a break. Come back at 12.
Okay, sir.